Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Saint Raven here. After a long time of not uploading this week because of issues connecting to my internet, travel, and uh, family visiting, I'm finally back, and I've got the Blackwing deck profile that I should have done like a while ago. So yeah, that's a thing. I'm also using a new headset. Hopefully, this should sound a lot better. And yeah, let's get started into the deck profile. So the first card we're using is Dark Arm Dragon because it gives you a pseudo boss monster. The reason I say this is because in the main deck you don't have anything that really hits over, 2K, with the exception of Sirocco. So it gives you something that's gives you an easy out to something that's really strong. Plus you get a pop card, so it's really good. To Sirocco, because he basically can normal summon himself without tribute if you have no monsters, and he can just make any other monster on the field buffed up by 2000 plus. So it works really well, as you saw with Boar the Spear, because you just go normal summon, special summon spear, and then just attack the defense position monster and deal 37 points worth of piercing, minus their defense, obviously. Next, we have Triple Shear the Blue Flame. He is the tutor of the deck. When he destroys a monster in battle, you can special summon one Blackwing monster with 1500 attack points or less, and its effect is negated. So that works out pretty well for the deck. Of course, 3 Spear. Spear's effect is that if you control a Blackwing monster, you can special summon this card a lot. I think there's probably 2 other cards in this deck that share this effect. It's not a really bad effect at all, and he can inflict piercing damage with a 1700 body, so it's a pretty amazing card. Rounding up the 4s, or sorry, we're not rounding up the 4s just yet. Zephyros, because Zephyros' effect is just that you can return a card and you special summon it from the graveyard. You do take 400, and it's a once per turn effect, once per duel effect, but it works out pretty well because usually you bounce back something like a spear, and then you just go into a rank 4. Next, you have your Kuchi the, Daybreak? Yeah, Kuchi the Daybreak. Actually testing it out online, its effects it's not really so much an effect, but a condition, so it really can't even be used with Sirocco, and it's not worth its dime to be played. 3 Kalut, the blue, Kalut the Moon, the Shadow. Basically, he's a Crane / Honest for the deck, giving any of your Blackwing monsters plus 14 during the battle phase, during the damage step. 1 Gale, pretty much one of the key cards in the deck. If you control Blackwings, you can special summon them from your hand, and once per turn, you can have the attack and defense of 1 monster on your opponent's side of the field. Yep. Next off, 1 Steam. He's another tuner. When he is destroyed, you can special summon 1 Steam token, or sorry, when he's sent to the grave, when he leaves the field, you can special summon 1 Steam token. And then he has a once per duel effect in that you contribute 1 monster on the field, and then special summon him from the graveyard. So it's not bad. Usually it's him plus Shira pretty much makes a Leo. Next, 2 Blizzard of the Far North. Special summon 1 level 4 or lower Blackwing monster to your side of the field in defense position. So it really just kind of come in, grab another monster, and go in for a quick 6. It's a really good card. And last but not least, 1 Orochi the Squall. Like Gale and Bora, he has the ability to special summon himself if I control another Blackwing, and if he's used for a synchro material, you can target one card on the field and change that monster's battle position. So it's a really good card if you have something that's like something stuck in attack. Kind of good combo is if you have him and like Sirocco just go into Armor Master or something, and then just kind of peg him. If the monster's like lower defenses, peg him for piercing. So it works out pretty well that way. Let's see here. One Allure Darkness. Basically, you're playing a dark deck. You get to just special summon a monster. I mean, draw 2 cards, banish one of your cards. Not really that bad of a card. The one Dark Hole, really kind of self-explanatory. Soul Charge, again, self-explanatory. Two MST, once again, self-explanatory. Book of Moon, yeah. Now this is an interesting card. Swallow's Nest. This is a tech card that I personally put in there. Tribute one face-up winged beast monster you control. To special summon one winged beast monster from your deck with the same level as that tributed monster. So let's say you summon a Zephyros, tribute it, summon a Boar, bounce Boar back, special summon back the Zephyros, you take your 400, and then you special summon Boar again, and then you have access to a rank 4. So, kind of a quick 1-4, rank 4. And pretty much the most important spell card in the deck, Black Whirlwind. Mainly because you get a search, you summon a monster, and you search a monster whose attack points are lower. So you summon a Sirocco, and you just pretty much get to search any card in the deck, monster-wise, except for Dark Arm, or another Sirocco. Traps, got this all in a weird order compared to what is on there. Bottomless, needless to say. Icarus Attack, just a really great tech card. Basically, you tribute one of your monsters, and then you get to destroy 2 cards on the field. Nowadays, when there's a lot of reactive trap cards, it's kind of iffy to target back row, but, you know, if you got something like we'll say a Zephyros, and you can just go Icarus Attack, then on their end phase, and then just pop 2 cards. So it's not too bad. Torrential Tribute, card control, nothing else to be said about that. What is this? Delta Crow Anti-Reverse. Very similar to the idea I mentioned with the Icarus Attack. If you're going first, set it, and then summon a monster, and then if your monster survives, you know, you get a couple of battle traps that you can use with that, and other means. And basically, you just MSC the entire field. It's basically a Harpy's Weather Duster for set cards. But you obviously need to control one Blackwing monster to do it. 2 battle traps in the form of Deep Prison and Black Sonic. Don't really need to explain Deep Prison. Black Sonic is basically if Dimensional Prison and Mirror Force had a baby. Basically, when your opponent's monster declares an attack on a Blackwing monster you control, banish all face-up attack position monster your opponent controls. If you have control exactly 3, you can activate this card from your hand. And no other monsters, yeah. So, it's not a bad card at all. It's really iffy to use at times. Evac, again, no, I really need to explain that. 2 Wiretap, just because extra back row control, and 1 Solemn Warning for some negations. Now let's see here if I can get into my side deck here. Leo, basically it's just a really big monster you can go into for pretty much free just by destroying a monster with Share the Blue Flame. Beals, you're playing Dark Tuners, you're playing Dark Monsters, it works. It's a pretty strong card. It's a great defensive card to have to fall back on. Stardust, if your opponent wants to use the hands or something, it's a really great out to that, as well as just kind of keeping some of your monsters alive. Armor Master, probably not the most preferred level 70 use here, but basically this card cannot be destroyed by battle until you take no battle damage from this card. Involving battle from this card and whatever. And if this card attacks a monster, you can place one wedge counter on that monster. At the end of the damage step, you can remove all wedge counters your opponent on your opponent's monsters, and reduce their attack and defense to 0. And that's until the end phase. So it's really just kind of, I don't know if you can use that in the battle phase. So that'd be just pretty cool, because it's like, okay, fucking attack, you attack into something like a Leo or some other type of monster, just drop its attack and then attack over with, something like a Shira, a Soroku, and then recruit another monster. So it works out pretty well. Black Rose. It's Black Rose. Goyo. You gotta put Goyo in the deck. You make 6s. This is the only good 6 out there right now. So it really just kind of makes sense. The second 6 you play in this deck, Blackwing, Armored Wing. Basically, he's a spear on steroids. If this card attacks defense position monster, it gains 500, bringing him to 28, and then does piercing damage. So that actually is pretty nice. Also works well with Soroku too, because that puts him up to like 48 if he's attacking a face down, bare minimum. For 5s, Armides, Keeper of the Boundaries. This card's really just kind of a win condition against most decks nowadays. Shadalls really don't appreciate it. Actually, no, I really don't. Yeah, because they... Sorry about that. They really kind of don't appreciate it because you attack in defense and then they can't activate their flip effects. Yang Zings just get destroyed by this card, and I guess so does the Burning Abyss. And then, last but not least, for the Synchros, one ally of Justice Catastor. Basically, it's just kind of an out to a lot of monsters. Into the Exceeds, one number 103, Ragna 0. It's really kind of falling out of place now since, sorry about that, because of the lack of Fire Fists nowadays, but I mean, Tenki is still a thing for certain decks, so it's somewhat more live. Black Strip of Corn, number 50. Again, kind of a little bit out of place now because of the hands not really being popular now. 101, because it's 101. Ice Beast, Zero Fine. Basically, this card is a super ace for the deck. Once per turn, you can attach one Exceeds material from this card. Negate the effects of all face-up cards your opponent controls. And if you do, this card gains 300 attack points for each face-up card currently on the field, except for himself. And this applies until your next standby phase. So, basically, he can get up to be pretty strong, and then you just start swinging with him. Exciton Knight, yeah, and then Cowboy, because Cowboy for game. And the reason why I don't see the side deck is because I don't play doubles. I don't play match duels, so I don't really use an extra side deck. So there's no point really going through what I would play. So that's gonna be it for the deck profile for the Blackwings. Again, you heard me express extreme dislike for this deck. And again, the only reason why I really picked it up is just because, oh hey, Blackwings, Saint Raven. But no. I should have something up else. I should also have something going up later today as well, just because I haven't uploaded in the past week. So that would be, I think, a dual video using Chaos Dragons. If I can figure out how well of a deck I'm going to be using for that, so be on the lookout for that, because that will be up shortly after this video. So guys, thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, and peace out.